Top 10 Longest Rivers in the World. The world is a wonderful place to live in. We must be thankful that in this beautiful place God made us human because we can witness the wonderful miracles here. The best miracle that lies here is nature itself. Nature has the world's longest river, tallest mountains, and types of animals more than our imagination. If you are getting curious to know that what are the longest rivers in the world, then it is the time to unveil them all. Here are the complete details about the top 10 longest rivers in the world. I hope this video would increase a lot of your knowledge. 10. Parana River. After Amazon, Parana is the second longest rivers in the world that hail in the South American region. It covers different countries like Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay in the course of its flow. The length of the Parana River is 4,880 kilometers or 3,032 miles. The primary source of this river is the Parana River and the secondary source is the Rio Grande. The basin formed by Parana River covers an area of 2,582,672 kilometers square and it discharges into the Atlantic Ocean in Argentina. Parana River is surely one of the longest rivers in the world as it covers a really large area in its course. The watershed of the Parana River contains a lot of large cities like Brasilia, Buenos Aires, São Paulo, and Asunción. The delta formed by the Parana River is considered as the prime destination for bird watching. 9. Amur River. Amur River is one of the longest rivers in the world which flows down through Russia and China. The primary source of this river is Onan River Shilka River and the secondary source is the Kherlen River Argun River. These two sources confluence together at near Pokrovka. The length of this river is 2,824 kilometers or 1,755 miles. The basin formed by this Amur River covers an area of 1,855,000 kilometers square. This river basically forms a border between the Russian Far East and northeastern China. In China, the river is known as Heilongjiang, which means Black Dragon River. The two most important tributaries of this river are Huma River and Zia River, which widens it more. The Amur River empties out in the Pacific Ocean and at the mouth, it faces the northern end of the island Sakhalin. There is also a bridge formed on this river which is one of the longest rivers in the world. This bridge connects the Russia and China provinces. 8. Congo River. Congo is a river in Central Africa which is one of the longest rivers in the world. The main source of this river is Lualaba River and it covers a length of 4,700 kilometers or 2,920 miles. It also covers different countries like Angola, Cameroon, Gabon, Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia, and the Central African Republic. The Congo River forms a basin that covers an area of 4,014,500 kilometers square and its maximum discharge is 75,000 meters cubed per second. Congo River is the second largest river in the world in terms of discharge after the Amazon River. Congo is also the deepest river in the whole world, having a depth of 220 meters or 720 feet. Congo River flows through the second largest rainforest in the world, namely Congo Rainforest. The river lies in both the parts of the equator and therefore its flow is always balanced as either of the parts is always rainy. This keeps the flow heavy and therefore result in the large discharge of one of the longest rivers in the world. 7. Yellow River. The seventh pick in the category of longest rivers in the world is the Yellow River. This river flows in China and covers a length of 5,464 kilometers or 3,395 miles at a stretch including all of its tributaries. The origin of this river is believed to be the Bayan Mountains which is in Yushu Prefecture in Qinghai. The Yellow River empties out in the Bohai Sea and the basin formed by this river covers an area of 752,546 kilometers square and its discharge rate is 2,571 meters cubed per second. After the Yangtze River, this is the largest river in entire Asia. This is one of the longest rivers in the world and it covers 9 provinces in China. In early Chinese history, it was the most prosperous region. There are always some frequent flood occurrences in this river and therefore it is also called China's sorrow and the scourge of the sons of Han. One of the floods occurred in the Yellow River of China as the only natural disaster that has killed millions of people. 6. Yenisei, Angara River. Now we are talking about the sixth spot of our list of longest rivers in the world, which is the Yenisei River, which is also known as the Angara River. It hails in the countries of Mongolia and Russia. The source point of this river is Mungarajian Gol, and from its origin point, it covers a length of 5,540 kilometers or 3,442 miles including all the tributaries. The basin formed by this river covers an area of 2,580,000 kilometers square. This is not only one of the longest rivers in the world but also the largest river flowing in the Arctic Ocean. The Yenisei River flows into the Kara Sea and it forms the Yenisei Gulf in this process. The maximum depth of this river is 24 meters or 80 feet. The tributaries of this river are Angara, Tuba, Nizhnyaya, and Tunguska rivers. The Yenisei River is home to 55 types of fish species and other types of flora and fauna too. 5. Ob River. Ob River is not only the fifth longest rivers in the world but also the second longest river in Asia. The river majorly flows in Russia and covers a length of 3,650 kilometers or 2,268 miles. The primary source of origin of this river is Katyn River and the secondary source of this river is Bia River, and the point of confluence of these sources is near Bisk. The basin formed by this rive, which includes itself in one of the longest rivers in the world, covers an area of 2,972,497 kilometers square. The primary and secondary rivers that form the Ob River originates from the Altai Mountains. It forms the Gulf of Ob at its discharge, which is the longest estuary in the world. The river empties out in the Arctic Ocean. The major flow of Ob remains entirely in Russia, whereas some of its parts flow in Kazakhstan, China, and Mongolia. There are different tributaries which join this river to expand its flow even more. 4. Mississippi River. Mississippi is the largest river system in entire North America. It covers different states of the United States, which are Arkansas, Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Iowa, Tennessee, and Louisiana. The source of the Mississippi River in Lake Itasca. The length of one of this longest river in the world is 3,734 kilometers or 2,320 miles. This river forms a huge basin of 1,151,000 kilometers square. The river flows entirely in the United States only. The Mississippi River empties out into the Gulf of Mexico by forming a delta called Mississippi River Delta. Mississippi River is not only the fourth longest river in the world but also the 15th largest river in the world. This river has always been a great source for the agriculture of the different states of the United States. This is one of the longest rivers in the world, which also serves as the pathways between two or more cities or even states. With the passage of time, this river became a more prominent source of trade and travel in the North American region. 3. Yangtze River. Yangtze River is the third spot winner of our list of longest rivers in the world. It is a river in China which also happens to be China's longest river. The source of the Yangtze River is Jalata-Indang Peak, which is on the Tongula Mountains. The length of this river is 6,300 kilometers or 3,915 miles. Yangtze River gets emptied in the East China Sea, which in Shanghai. White being emptied out, it forms a basin that covers an area of 1,808,500 kilometers square. The literal meaning of the name of Yangtze River is the Long River. Yangtze River is also the longest river in Asia. Among all the longest rivers in the world to flow entirely in only a single country, which is China. The river basin formed by the Yangtze River acquires 1/3 of the country's population. The discharge volume of the basin formed makes it the sixth largest river in the world. This river plays an important role in the culture and trade of China, which has only increased its economy. 2. Amazon River. Now, we are talking about the longest river in South America and the second longest river in the world. Amazon River covers countries like Peru, Colombia, Brazil, and Ecuador and flows through a length of 6,992 kilometers or 4,345 miles, covering all the stretch. The Amazon River originates through Rio Mantaro and flows down in the Atlantic Ocean by forming a really huge delta, which is also called False Delta. The Amazon River forms a really huge basin while discharging, which is the largest in the world. Amazon, which is one of the longest rivers in the world, covers an area of 7,050,000 kilometers square. This discharge is greater than the other 7 largest rivers in the world combined. During the dry season, the width of this river remains 11 kilometers, which becomes about 40 kilometers in the rainy season. Among all the amounts of fresh water that enters the ocean, 20% of it is contributed by Amazon River. The delta formed by it is called false because it is formed by the sediments pouring out when the river flows into the ocean. 1. Nile River. The Nile is surely the winner of the list of longest rivers in the world, with a length it covers which is 6,853 kilometers or 4,258 miles. The source of the Nile River is divided into 2 parts, namely White Nile and the Blue Nile. These sources confluence near Khartoum. The Nile is so long that it covers different countries like Sudan, Egypt, Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, South Sudan, Congo Kinshasa, Burundi, and Eritrea. There have always been conflicts around the length of Amazon and Nile. But most of the geologists consider the Nile to be the longest river in the world. The Nile is the primary water source in countries like Sudan and Egypt. The major tributaries of the Nile are the White Nile and the Blue Nile. The northern part of the river discharges into the Mediterranean Sea, forming a large delta. Among all the longest rivers in the world, Nile discharges a huge amount of water and forms a really large basin covering an area of 3,400,000 kilometers square. However, it is still less than the Amazon River. The Nile is really crucial river in terms of business and ecology. Thanks for watching the video. If you guys love these type of video, then like this video, and comment, share and subscribe. Subscribe to our channel, World Top 10 List. Stay connected with US.